Hey guys, come out to Cadillac Grill. We're serving beef and noodles, meatloaf, and all that good stuff. I'm a man of my word. I'm gonna jump in this snow pile in my underpants, as you can see. So let's do it. Woo! Snow angels!
My son, Landon Becker, was born just over 32 years ago on May 5th, 1993. Apparently, it's true that only the good die young. Although Landon's heart was huge, it was not strong enough to support him further in this life. The hospital and the staff worked tirelessly to keep him with us, but God called his heart and his soul home to rest on the evening of May 10th, 2025, where he was surrounded by family and loved ones.
Landon was a sweet baby who survived on strawberry milk and only fell asleep if he could twirl your hair. Luckily, most of the ladies in his life and babysitters all had long hair at the time, or that baby boy may have never slept.
Landon was an ornery boy growing up and loved to harass his sisters and their friends. We have been told those friends would just come over to play with Landon and just use the sisters as an excuse to come out to the Becker house.
You could never keep this kid off his dirt bike, the trampoline, or getting into something outside. He was wild and kept his family on their toes. He was one of those boys that when his sisters would give him a spanking for misbehaving, he would just laugh. There was no slowing him down, and he was in charge from day one. And according to Pammy, L could do no wrong.
Growing up, he really enjoyed hunting and fishing with his grandpa Ralph. We're not sure how much of it was legal, but you could see the orneriness radiate from their faces when they arrived home. So we can just imagine the stories that were never shared.
Landon was never alone, and he never wanted to be. It didn't matter what he did. He didn't want to do it by himself. We're not sure how we ever got him to sleep in his own room. He would always convince a friend or several to go somewhere with him and help him with something. Usually, that was him and a few buddies, all acting as his assistants working on a random vehicle project. He was a confirmed mama's boy. Even though we didn't always see eye to eye, he was this mama's boy to the end.
He can convince anyone of anything, especially his father. There were several times that they would go on a trip and buy something random that Landon had convinced Alvin they just had to have, including the last big purchase, a food truck. He was Big Al's boy, and they were each other's go-to when either wanted an opinion or advice.
Landon graduated from Lakeside High School in Downs with the class of 2012, and he had a strong bond with his classmates. He was always a kind soul and a true friend to anyone he knew. Many can still feel his bear hugs, accompanied with a "love you."
After that, he attended NCK Tech College for diesel mechanics and was recruited to help teach the class right after completing the program. He was a natural at mechanics. After a few years there, he spent some time with his family business at Becker Autos and Trailers. But as much as he wanted to follow in his dad's footsteps, that still wasn't his true passion. He always strived to have something of his own. He was an entrepreneur in his heart. With the help of his family and some friends, he tried his hand at the trucking business and opened Becker Livestock Express. He decided quickly that the red tape of running a trucking business wasn't quite what he signed up for and was on the search again for what he was called to do.
Last year, with the help of his family and longtime girlfriend, now fiancé, Elida Dreyer and her family, he opened a food truck, the Cadillac Grill. Yes, he spelled it that way on purpose. This is where Landon found his true passion, cooking and barbecuing, which is mind-blowing as growing up he lived off frozen Alfredo dinners, tortellini, and was quite a picky child. With the patience, help, and love from his family and friends, Landon had found his place in this life. You could see it and taste it.
Landon was a great uncle and loved being one. He would go over and play with baby JC all the time and was excited to be a young uncle. As JC aged, it became apparent that they shared a special bond with their similar personality traits.
I love to go up and visit Elida and Landon and getting spoiled at our house.
Brixton always thought Uncle Landon was pretty darn funny, especially when we all watched Uncle Landon find out he couldn't win a wrestling match against Austin anymore.
Austin and Landon had a bond over their love for mechanics and showing off their trucks. Austin had big plans to take Uncle Landon cruising to show off what he had done to his dad's old truck.
The niece and nephews were robbed of their time to grow up with Uncle Landon.
Landon had many things he was looking forward to coming up. He was to be the best man in his cousin Keaton's wedding at the end of this month. He had finally popped the question himself, and he was set to marry the love of his life, Elida, this coming October, and was working on their future plans. Unfortunately, those dreams will never come true.
We are all heartbroken.
Landon is preceded in death by his grandparents Ralph and Linda Becker, Judith and Louis Perky, and Larry Brew. Landon is survived by his parents Alvin and Deborah Becker of Downs, his fiancée Elida Dreyer of Downs, his sister Lydia and brother-in-law Blake Hausch of Glen Elder, sister Chelsea and brother-in-law Jared Remus of Downs, his niece and nephews who he loved dearly, JC and Austin Remus, and Brixton and Byatt Hausch, and his grandmother Kay Brew of Marble Falls, Texas. Landon is also survived by several aunts, uncles, cousins, and friends that will miss him so dearly.
We all knew Landon was capable of great things, but it was hard for him to see that for himself. At times in his life, it was hard for us to take a step back and realize the life he was living was exactly the life he dreamed of. The love, support, and respect he had from his community, the outpouring from friends and family with his passing, is a true testament to the one-of-a-kind, remarkable son, brother, fiancé, and friend he was. Roll smoke, Lando.
I love mac and cheese. Elida is a lot of fun. Come see me. I really want to dip my head in this cooler. Pops and bops. I got the twine over there and I got the swine over there. Ain't nothing better than barbecue and bonfires, I tell you what. I will jump in this snow pile in my underpants. Elida's. Whoa! Gotta keep the one and only niece happy. Got a super fast cruise here. Hey guys, thanks for coming out to the Cadillac Grill. We are shutting down. We are sold out. You guys are awesome. Thanks for coming.
Take the time with your family. Make the time with your family. Don't get so wrapped up in your busy life, in your career, that you miss too much of that time. You won't ever get it back.